In this video, we are going to be talking about how to clean out your fridge and pantry for weight loss and how to read nutrition labels. Now at first glance, you might be like, wait, why are these two things in the same video? But if you know anything about the malleable essential routines, then you know that 80% of the foods that you buy at the grocery store contain sugar or flour. And if you are eating these foods with added sugar or foods with added flour, then you're probably unable to feel full and you probably feel sluggish or tired throughout the day. So, if you're ready to transform your diet and to transform your fridge, you're in the right place. Okay, it's time to clean out your fridge. Now, you know there are probably some things in there that you meant to eat but never did. And also some stuff in there that you shouldn't be eating. And when I tell people that they need to cut out foods with sugar and flour in them, they're like, yeah, that won't be hard. I don't eat foods with a lot of sugar in them. But when they actually go through their fridge and pantry, they realize that they're getting way more sugar and flour in their diet than they think. For more information on why you should cut out sugar and flour from your diet, see our video on Malleable's 4 essential nutritional routines here. If we keep these foods that have added sugar and flour around and we see them every day, we're going to be more likely to be triggered and tempted to binge on them. So let's do everything we can to make sure that we're eating clean by getting rid of the foods we know shouldn't be around. Now, this means that we need to read the nutrition label to see which foods need to go. And here are the basics of reading a nutrition label. Take your package and flip it over and look at the label to see the ingredients list. This is where you can't go wrong. Now, under the ingredients list for each product, the first ingredient listed is what the product is made up of mostly. So there is much more of the first ingredient listed than there is of the last ingredient listed on each product. First, sugar masquerades under a variety of names. Dextrose, fructose, and lactose. Really anything with an OSE at the end is a sugar that has been added, so watch out for those. Next, look for other sneaky names for sugar like honey, agave, molasses, malted barley, maltodextrin, or any other type of syrup like brown rice syrup. There are a ton more, but what you really need to be wise about is if sugar is listed in the first 3 ingredients. For the majority of the foods that contain a lot of sugar, it's usually in the top 3. Also, remember that this goes for artificial sweeteners as well, such as stevia or truvia, because your body processes them the same way even though they have 0 calories. Next, you want to make sure that there is no flour in any of your foods or in the first 3 ingredients. Now, this includes all kinds of flour, like almond flour, wheat flour, brown rice flour, and more. Remember, your body processes and absorbs flour in the same way as it processes sugar, so it's just as bad as sugar itself. So now you have separated all this food from your fridge and pantry, and you're faced with a couple of options. So let's go through them. Your first option is to just throw it all away. Now, many people have a problem with this because they feel like it is a wasteful thing to do. However, in my opinion, Marie Kondo that mug. Thank it for its service and then toss it out, because it's definitely not bringing you any real joy. Your second option is to take it to an open food sharing space like the break room at work or an employee lounge. Be careful that nothing is expired and try not to put any stuff in there that no one will actually eat so that it just becomes, someone else's problem to throw it away. Don't put baked beans in the teacher's lounge. That's all I'm saying. And if you're like, baked beans have sugar? Oh yeah, baked beans have sugar. Speaking of baked beans, if you have dry or canned goods like baked beans, you can always donate them to any local food shelter. Just be sure that nothing has already been opened and that nothing is expired. Now, you may feel strange about giving food that you yourself will not eat, but at least you are repurposing that food and not just throwing it away. And food banks are always grateful for donations. If you live with other people who do not share your health and wellness goals, that can make it hard to just toss food out. So consider designating some shelves in your fridge or cabinets in the pantry and separating them out for you and for your food. Have a shelf in the fridge that is your shelf, or have a cabinet that has your dried goods. This eliminates one more decision that you have to make. You don't have to open the fridge and give it the up down. You'll know where your food is every time. Side note, because your food is probably gonna look pretty good if you are following the malleable meal plan, your family might try to snatch some of your prepared meals. So be on the lookout for that. Let them know that you are happy to share, but they have to commit to eating one malleable meal a day if they do. Now you are spreading the health gospel and you are eating well yourself. If you're like, what is this malleable meal plan that you speak of, and what are these tasty sounding or tasty looking meals? Here's what you should do. Go in the description box below and click the link to join our free 21-day transformation program. There, we'll schedule a call with an expert coach who's gonna get to know you and your goals, and is gonna walk you through our meal plan so that you can lose the weight once and for all and get you into your right size body, and most importantly, keep it off for good. This is Clint Malley reminding you that you can do this. You are stronger than you think you are, and you can do more than you think you can.